Good morning in the morning, everybody. Look at this beautiful snail. Wow. Now, most people wouldn't go out on a rainy day to film, but the great part about filming on an overcast rainy day is that everything looks so much more contrasty and vivid, and overall creates a moodier look, which I really like. So we can use that to our advantage to create a cinematic video with our iPhone. Before we get started, let's talk about the camera settings. So I'm using the iPhone 14 Pro, and I'll be shooting everything on the default camera app. I like to shoot my B-rolls in 4K 60 frames per second. 4K just provides a higher quality, and 60 frames per second allows me to slow down the footage, which not only creates a dreamy look, but will also make the shakes less apparent, because I'll be shooting everything handheld. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of location scouting just to see where we can film. Okay, so something else to mention is before you start shooting, you want to lock your exposure and white balance, because if you don't do that, your colors and exposure will change during your recordings, and that will completely ruin your shot. And it's also pretty hard to fix it in the edit. So right now we're in the default camera app. I have my settings set to 4K 60 frames per second, and right now it's set to auto. So as I tilt up, you can see that the exposure shifts. And as I tilt down, you can also see that the color changes from a more warm tone to a blue tone. And you don't want that in your video. So in order to lock your exposure and white balance,